Thank you so much for reminding me about this, about how Ariel is fine with Robyn going away to help McKelty and live in her closet, but Kody couldn't be gone for more than 3 days. So to kind of give you some perspective, we first heard about this story 2 years ago when the babies were born. McKelty shared, Robyn was so amazing. She came and stayed with us. She stayed in our closet, which is when I started calling her kind of closet mom after the 90-day fiance woman who lived in her son's closet. But season 17 was airing. Okay, so season 17 is where the first episode, Christine and Kody sit down and say, Christine says she's done, and Kody's just angry at her. Season 16, towards the end, is when Isabel had surgery. So in the viewer's mind, hearing that Robyn went and stayed with McKelty for weeks was so disconcerting, because we had just watched Kody say, I can't leave my family for that long. Of course, the heartbreak of him identifying Ari and Solomon and Robyn and Aurora, Brianna, Dayton as his family and not Isabel as his family, heartbreaking. Additionally for Christine, but I think for many of us at this point, we saw that Christine was looking toward the door. She was starting to realize, this is not working for me. This is not working for my kids. This is not healthy for me or my kids. Remember, Kody is saying that he was just very COVID sensitive. They weren't going to Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland. They were going to a hospital for her to have surgery, and the hospital had very intense COVID rules. And remember, Kody suggested maybe Isabel could go alone. I don't even understand, what does that do with COVID? What does that have to do with anything? That to me sounds like, I don't want to go with Isabel, so I'm going to punish Christine by making her stay home and be a bad mother so that our child can equally resent both of us. That's what I hear when he is saying that. He's saying, I don't want to leave the people I consider to be my real family. I'm going to use COVID as a convenient excuse because it's been working for me for roughly 2 years at that point. And I'm not going to go, or a year and a half, whatever. I'm going to use this as an excuse to get out of it, say that Christine's going on vacations, having fun, all of that. So for us, it came up as very strange. Kody can't be away for Ari for more than 3 days, but Robyn can go and stay for I don't know if 3 weeks is correct. I don't remember them saying a time, but some extended period of time she could be away from the family. So that raises a lot of questions about whether it was ever true that Kody can't be away for Ari for more than a few days, whether Ari is significantly closer with Kody, which is a little, I don't want to fall into stereotypes about mothers or fathers, but just sort of that thing of like, why is it one parent but not the other? Whether that was, whether it's a matter of like what Janelle said, which is the fact that Ari struggles. They didn't mention Solomon. It seems to be just about Ari. That Ari had as such time is, in Janelle's words, poor parenting and mismanagement of the children, or whether this is just an excuse they're making up to be like, oh, it's not about me, it's about Ari. Ari struggles. She's a little kid. How can you blame her? Because he seems to be very happy to sort of throw Ari under the bus. It's not about Kody. It's about poor Ari. And who's going to pick on a young child? And I'm not going to. I don't think even if it is Ari, it's about Ari. It's about the parents anyway. So yeah, so this idea that so Robyn can go and spend extended periods of time away from her biological children, but Kody couldn't. And I know that it's not, the timelines don't exactly match up. This would have been 11 months after, if I'm doing my math right. Or a year and a half after, or I'll have to go look that up. Don't quote me on that. After Isabel's thing, and kids do get older and they handle things better, but it just definitely strikes up. They have this perfect excuse for why Kody couldn't go and do things. Although, let's be truthful, he couldn't go to Isabel's surgery, but he could go to weddings out of town and party and dance and breathe all over strangers, but he couldn't go to Isabel's. And it wasn't even about the 6 weeks. I've said it a million times. He could have gone for a few days. He could have gone long enough to quarantine for a few days, be with her the day of the surgery, the day after, the day two, whatever. It could have been that when they came home, he went and spent 2 intense weeks caring for her, being with her. There was a lot of things she could have done, and he did none of it. Like, he FaceTimed her, which is so, like, the bar is so low it's below the ground. But yeah, I'll be interested to see if they even address this. They didn't talk about the fact that Robyn can suddenly be away from her family that Kody couldn't be away from to care for his other children, but she can be away from to be on camera caretaking. It just seems a little disingenuous somewhere. I don't know if if this means that Kody's excuses were paper thin, which they are, whether this is about, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but thank you for reminding me.